Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Keto and the Chaos. My name is Tammy, and on this channel, I like to share all my tips and tricks on how I lost 200 pounds on keto and how you can be successful in your own weight loss journey. Today, I'm going to show you my DEXA Scan results. So stick around, hit that subscribe button for more videos like this one on how you can be successful in your own keto weight loss journey. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back. I'm so excited to be finally making this DEXA Scan video for you. I actually went 2 weeks ago to get the DEXA Scan, and I've been dying to do this, but I wanted to make sure that I put out my 200 pounds lost and my loose skin videos for you guys first before I got to this one. And I'm excited to finally be filming this one because I have been doing, my last 2 weeks, I've been doing a certain calorie level, and I never really got a chance to explain it because I wanted to explain it in this video. So if that's what you have been waiting for, I apologize that it took me so long to get this video out, but that's just sometimes how things go. 2 weeks ago, I got to take my little girls with me. We went on a homeschool science field trip to the DEXA Scan place. We talked about 2 different kinds of x-rays that the DEXA Scan uses to scan your body so that it can see both your skeleton and also your lean mass and give you a really good accounting of where you are at body fat wise. I highly recommend doing this even if you're at the beginning of your journey. I really wish I had a DEXA Scan from day one to see the fat literally melt off my body. It would be incredible. So if you're just starting your journey, I highly recommend looking up a DEXA Scan in your area. There are a lot of places who offer them just to the general public now for reasonable amounts. I was able to pay with my HSA even, and that has been amazing. It helped and so helpful in being able to make this last year to help me figure out what I'm doing with my weight loss and what I'm doing with my maintenance and all of that. So this particular DEXA Scan comes after a 12 to 16 week, I think it's about 16 week fat loss cut that I went on over the summer. I wasn't completely perfect keeping my calories at 1,300 the entire summer, but I never went above 1,500 almost every single day the entire 16 weeks. So it's a pretty good determination of whether or not the way that I chose to cut my body fat worked or not. And so if you go back, I'm going to go ahead and link my last DEXA Scan here for you. So if you're curious as to how that went after 4 months of maintenance calories, that's up there for you to go and check out. And I definitely will link that at the end of the video too if you don't want to leave this video to go and watch that one. So I'm going to show you the footage of actually going into the place and getting the scan, and then I'll come back and we'll chat about the results. Alrighty, we're running out of the house quick. We are late as usual. Gonna head over to the DEXA Scan place and see how my body's changed in the last 3 months, 4 months.
In the exit only? The guys coming out on the entrance.
So I was going out like, entrance only!
Entrance only, man! Ruby's hair is still curly. This looks like a house, Mom.
Yeah, it is an old house.
It is?
Hey, how's it going? Hey. If you don't mind, I brought my children. We're homeschooling and it's Science Day!
Right? Hey, by all means, come watch the science. Have you ever scanned with us before?
Yes, this is my third.
All right, awesome.
You guys.
Okay, so we don't need to redo the consent form then.
Right.
And then we'll go ahead and do the scan, and then, did you pay ahead for the scan?
No, I still need to pay for this one. I want to buy another one for
Okay.
like January.
Perfect. Okay, so we'll take care of that. There we go. Bring the hands in just a little bit. There we go. Tuck in the right arm just a little more. Perfect. So the scan will be about 7 minutes, just like normal. And then you can talk during the scan, just make sure you stay looking straight up till we're past your shoulders. Alright, what's that? Extra arm, it's fine. So, yeah, it's a pretty cool scan. Kind of like a 3D printer too.
That's a good way to put it.
Right? Alright, so what are you most excited to learn about the DEXA scan?
What do you guys
Nothing in
think?
particular? What kind of technology do you think it uses?
just said how DEXA scans work.
Well, tell her what you learned about it. What is it shooting at me?
I don't know.
Did you already forget again?
Yes.
Starts with the letter X.
X-rays.
So it uses X-rays. So and then
This is almost finished. Yeah.
So, what'd you guys think of that?
Good.
Was it interesting?
Yeah, this thing went so slow.
Yeah. Why do you think it goes really slow? Ruby.
Because it needs so it
What is she
can get
doing?
all the bones of your body.
So that it can take an x-ray of every tiny slice of your body, right? So you can get a really accurate scan. How many bones are in the human body?
For you, it's like 206. For little tiny kids, it's like over 300.
Good job. She learned something. Woohoo, science!
I didn't learn that. I already knew.
You already knew that. She's super smart. What can I say? You learned something. Alrighty, so that was super fun. Isn't that cute? My kids loved it. They thought it was the coolest thing. And the lady that was giving the scan was so fun. She gave them like a little homeschool lesson, and we learned how many bones the human body has, and babies are born with more bones. She was fantastic with the girls. I loved that. So here is my official DEXA scan thing. And you can see on here that I have had 3 scans so far. That is the beauty about getting the scans and going to the same place over and over, is that they can start to compare for you. And so you can determine whether or not what you are doing is actually doing what you intend it to do. So the first time I went in, it was just for my baseline to see where I was at and determine what I needed to eat to maintain my weight. So for then 3 or 4 months, I ate maintenance calories of what I felt like would work. And then I went back in for a scan. When I went back in last time for my scan, I had actually put on 6 pounds of lean mass and had lost 2 pounds of fat. So even though I had been trying to maintain, I didn't actually maintain. I still did some body recomposition and still lost some body fat on that calorie level. And I wasn't even super great about tracking, kind of ate what I felt like, but like I mentioned on my weigh-in video this last week, I ate a lot more protein because I was eating a lot of protein bars and things like that. So I wonder if that's what contributed to the lean mass gain. I really, really do not know. It's going to take a few times of doing the DEXA scan before I really get an accurate picture of what I'm doing and whether it's working or not. So after that, I was down to 32.8 body fat. And according to their chart here, they have this chart basically that goes by age, and the age I am and the sex that I am. It said that if I want to be at athlete level, not fitness level, athlete level, is 27% body fat on the DEXA here. So that became my goal. Now, I knew that I probably wouldn't hit that over the summer. But when I told them I was going to be eating 1,300 calories for the summer and eating the higher protein, lower fat, they were concerned. And they told me, you are going to lose your lean mass. And I said, no. Let me prove you wrong. This is not how that is going to work. And I'm going to preserve my lean mass, and I'm going to burn my body fat, and I'm going to show you guys this is how to do it, right? That was my plan. Did that work out? Well, let's find out. So as you can see here, my body fat percentage did go down to 31.1. So I am very much closer to my goal. That's like a 1.7% decrease in total body fat. And that made me really, really happy. I was hoping I was more toward 30%, but I was still happy to see that I had really improved my numbers, the numbers that really matter, and the number that I'm really going for, which is basically to improve those numbers, you raise your lean mass and you lower your fat mass, which gives you your body fat percentage, right? So I thought that I had done a little better than that, and there's a reason. I'm going to show you the reason now. Over here on the green, you can see my lean tissue. So at my first scan in February, I was 117.65. At my scan in June, after 4 months of maintenance or 3 months of maintenance calories, I was at 123.93. At this last scan, I was down to 117.22, which is lower than my initial number was. I was so disappointed. So disappointed. Now, you got to remember that lean tissue includes everything in your body that isn't fat. So that includes your bones, your body water, your lungs, it includes your skin. So I like to tell myself that I did decrease my skin through autophagy a little bit this summer. That's what I'm telling myself anyway. Also, I could have been retaining water when I went in for the scan in June because I had been eating a lot of keto treats, maybe kicking myself out of ketosis a little bit here and there. I may have been retaining a bit of water because that week that I did the scan, I actually lost 14 pounds of water weight. I was in the middle of that drop when I went in. And this time, I actually wasn't carrying any extra water because I had determined that if I keep my potassium levels at 2,000 milligrams, I don't really retain a lot of water. So I think that might have a lot to do with it. I am not beating myself up saying I lost a whole crap ton of muscle, especially because you can see, I'll show you on the actual muscle. It shows you the muscle or the lean mass on the other pages. So I was really happy about my body fat percentage, but they specifically told me that because I reduced my lean tissue, and it says lean tissue, so maybe the water doesn't even count. I don't know. But anyway, because I reduced my lean tissue, my body fat percentage didn't go down as much as it could have if I had kept my lean tissue where it was. And they had some suggestions on how to do that, which I will talk about a little later. So anyway, if you turn the page, you can actually see it gives you your metabolic rate. This is how many calories, my BMR, when I'm sitting, basal metabolic rate when I'm not moving, right? Not exercising or anything. 1,554 calories per day, okay? That's my baseline. I have my fat distribution here. So in my android, which is my upper, I have 20% of my body fat. My gynoid, which is my hips and lower belly, obviously 35%. We all know that's where it is. And then the ratio, 0.57. They like the ratio to be less than 1. So they said that was really, really good. My lean mass is also really good. In my trunk, I have 73% lean. In my legs, 59% or almost 60%. And in my arms, almost 60%. And they said that was all really, really good. So that's good, right? I mean, even though I did lose some of my lean mass, I'm still on the higher end for lean mass for a person my height and sex and age. So that's really, really good. And they even give you the muscle balance, so they compare the areas and how much is on each side of your body, whether you're too much on one side. And I'm really, really balanced, which is weird because my left leg is actually almost 1.5 inches or 1.75 inches shorter than my right leg. And even my legs aren't even that much difference, which is really funny because my left leg is fatter than my right leg because of that, but it's still carrying the same amount of muscle and fat on both legs. I just have a shorter area on that side, which makes my leg look bigger. Really weird, but good because that you're supposed to be balanced out. My bones are perfect. I have really good bone density. I always really have. I think one benefit of being overweight is that you really put a lot of stress on your bones, which means they build up really well. But since I have lost the weight, I have been able to keep my bone density. I haven't lost it, so that has been really, really good, especially considering that I'm 44, almost 45 years old. Okay, so let's go over the fat tissue report. And this one kind of frustrates me with my arms because it says that I actually gained fat in my arms. And if I didn't really gain overall body fat and I was on a cut, how is it even possible that I gained fat in my arms? I don't know, but as you can see from the 3 different scans, I went way down and then way back up, even higher than where I started. What's up with my arms? I wonder if it's because my skin laid weird the second time or I don't know. I'm trying to overanalyze it probably. But suffice it to say, it claims that I did. So it says that I was up 0.32, which is, a third of a pound in my arms. That's nothing. But still, it's up. So that's where that looks like. But then you can see my legs down, down, down. That makes me happy. This one is my trunk. It stayed about the same and then went way down, which is crazy because I don't have any fat left in there. I feel like my bones are the only thing left in there. So that was pretty awesome. Then you'll see my Android, which is basically the kind of the upper, it includes the trunk. It's kind of the upper part of the body. Also stayed about the same, and then woo, drastic drop, which is nice. My gynoid, which is where I want to see the drop the most, it went down. Not as drastic as the Android, but look at that. It went down. So in my Android, I lost 1.29 pounds of fat. Okay. And in my gynoid, I lost 1.2, which is not as good, which is a bummer. But you cannot control where your body burns fat. It burns it from where it wants to burn it. And obviously, the gynoid is where it wants to keep it, and it will keep it until you force it to let it go, which I will not be doing at the given moment. But that suffice it to say, that's where your body wants to keep it, and that's just the way it is. So my total change did go down. Total change minus 7.66 pounds of fat in June to October, 16 weeks. So that doesn't sound like a ton, but when you're at to the point where I am at, that's actually not a bad amount of fat to lose. As you saw from the other one, when I had 4 months of higher calories, I only lost 2 pounds of body fat. So I consider that a win, especially for where I am at right now in my journey, my weight loss journey, and getting so close to my goal. So people keep asking me, are you at your goal? Are you saying that 174 pounds is your goal weight? Well, it was my goal weight for this summer. I don't know how I'm going to feel in 2020. I'm going to take 3 months of maintenance during the holidays and enjoy myself and eat all of the heavy cream and enjoy it and not feel guilty. At least try not to feel guilty, because I still kind of feel guilty because, head games. But yeah, I want to take some time to figure out maintenance, and whether or not I am going to be happy at this weight is left to be determined. I still have that goal of 27% body fat. If I raise my lean mass, I could improve that without even losing any body fat. So that would obviously be a good goal to have at this point. I don't have time in my life for actual strength training, but I am still continuing my ballet classes, and I've added on to being in the Nutcracker show to that, and I still do my clogging and all of those things that I do in my daily life. Anyway, I'm continuing those on, of course, during this time of maintenance, and hoping that the maintenance calories will help me put on the lean mass like it did last time. Okay, so you can see here's my lean tissue. This is where it gets stressful. This is my Android. This is my upper area of my body. You can see my lean tissue, like my fatty tissue went down, but my lean tissue also went down, and I lost 0.75 of a pound in my upper torso, which is a total bummer. In my lower torso, even worse. So you can see it actually went up when I was doing that maintenance calories. I got a lot in my lower body that it went up, and then it has dropped a lot there. I also lost, it says 0.43 pounds of lean tissue in my lower extremities, which is a total bummer because I'm doing ballet and I'm doing all the leg exercises. That's where I should be building lean mass, and to see it going down is disappointing. We can only hope that some of that is possibly skin and maybe it's decreased. That's what I'm telling myself. So the total, you can see I actually lost 6.71 lean mass. So that includes all of the, I guess it doesn't include body water, but I feel like body water would fill it up and make it look bigger in the scan. So that's why I'm saying that about the water weight, that it could have determined, because it just seems like weird that I would have gained so much and then lost so much. I don't know. But we'll see how it goes this next 3 months, eating the higher calories again. So what is my plan based on these numbers? I actually had an in-depth conversation with the lady who did the scan this time. She told me that the reason I lost all that lean mass is because I was not eating enough calories to support the lean mass that I had. In order to support it, I would have had to eat a higher calorie. She actually recommends decreasing my fat mass a lot more. She wants me to lose a lot more weight. She says if I'm planning to get skin surgery, that removing the skin is going to alter my body fat percentage too. She says by taking out some of that lean mass, you're going to make your ratio between the fat and the lean mass will go up because you're removing that skin. And so in order to keep that 27% pretty number that you want, if I'm going to go in for surgery, I'm going to have to lose a lot more fat mass, which kind of stressed me out a bit, but makes sense. And I've had time to wrap my brain around it, and I'm okay with that. She actually told me that the amount of calories that I was eating last time to maintain weight is actually what they recommend for fat loss. And I was like, what? She said that if I wanted to lose fat, body fat, and maintain my lean mass, I had to eat 1,800 calories on days I don't exercise and 2,300 calories on the days that I'm active. And I was like, okay. So she's saying that that's not maintenance level, which to me, that just feels like maintenance level. She said my protein numbers were good, between 120 and 150, that I could keep it there, that I didn't need to increase it anymore. And she said, yeah, get your extra calories from fat. So that is what I have been trying to do for the last 2 weeks. So if you've been watching the foods that I've eaten and you've been watching my weigh-in videos for updates, you'll see that that's what I've been doing. So on days that I don't have any dance classes or I'm not doing any physical exertion of any like significant amount, I've been trying to hit 1,800 calories. And for the days that I'm exercising and active, I've been trying to hit 2,300. I have gone over a couple of times, and I have to admit that now that I've started the higher fat, the 1,800 is really hard for me. I want to hit 2,300 every day, and like that's my happy place, which I knew that would happen because that's kind of what happened last time. So I'm doing the best I can with this, but we will see. We will see. So I'm using the numbers on my Renpho scale, because the Renpho scale actually was really close to this. They were surprised. When I showed them my Renpho scale numbers for lean mass, they said they couldn't believe it was that accurate. It was only off by a pound. So I am using that. I'm going to redetermine what I'm doing every 4 weeks over the holidays. So for October, I'm doing this, what they exactly recommended. 1,800 on the days I don't exercise and 2,300 on the days that I do, to the best of my ability, right? And after 4 weeks, I'm going on to go on the Renpho numbers and determine whether or not my lean mass improved, my muscle mass improved, my fat mass decreased. If it's working, I might just stick to that. It's technically maintenance, but it would be technically not maintenance, since the goal for the DEXA Scan people is that I lose body fat and gain lean mass. They're trying to improve my body fat percentage number while I'm eating these higher calories. So I hope that makes sense. And everybody's been asking me how I got to that number. Well, this is how the DEXA Scan people told me. I didn't do any fancy math or figure it out in any fancy way. They just told me that in order to maintain, I'd need 2,300 plus every single day calories to maintain my mass. And I want to improve that number, even though I'm eating all the yum. And so I'm going to go by what they are recommending. So I've done it for 2 weeks. I got 2 weeks more to go. After 2 more weeks, I will do an update and let you know what the Renpho numbers are. But I hope that it kind of gives you an idea of what you can get from a DEXA scan, and whether or not you want to try it for your own weight loss journey. I highly recommend it. I definitely think DEXA Body is a great company. And if you live local to me, I'd love to organize a group of 20 people or so. They will actually bring the DEXA Body machine right to us and give us a group discount. So if you live near me in Utah, I'm in the south end of the Salt Lake Valley. If you live anywhere you'd be willing to drive to my area, probably it'll end up being close to Riverton area. Let me know. Send me an email to ketochaos@gmail.com, and I will organize us a date for the mobile DEXA body scanner to come and visit us so that you can have your own DEXA body scan. So that's all I have for you for this video. I hope that you enjoyed this. Check out the links in the About section below for our Facebook page, where I can give you one-on-one help on how you can get started in your own weight loss journey. Don't forget, I also offer personal coaching. At the moment, I have one spot available for $120 for 4 weeks for personal coaching. So hit me up with an email if you're interested in that. And thank you so much for all of your support and for watching this video. If you made it to the end, I love you. Put a muscle emoji or a thumbs up emoji in the comments if you made it to the end. because you guys are my best friends. All right. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. We'll talk to you all again soon.